There is a pretty a simple law that governs this example, and it's actually the one of the most interesting law in physics, which is called Newton's first law. Newton's first law basically means that if any object is going with a particular speed, or let's take the first case. For example, a object is going with a particular speed, and any type of unbalanced force, like any type of hydraulic force or any force like muscular force, tries to stop the object has the tendency, means the object tends to move in that same speed, which happened in our previous example, where where our bike was where we were riding a bike, and we saw that even when we applied the brake, our body was tending to move in the same speed, and that's why it got a forward jerk. The same example applies here also, and actually this can also be extended not only to the objects in motion but also to the objects that are in the rest. Let's take for an example, this body is in rest. If this body is in rest, and someone tries to make it in a speed or give it a speed, it will try to uh, remain in the rest. Yes, this is true that if we apply so much force that we overcome this tendency, the object will start moving. But for if for the very initial time, this object will try to withstand and will try to avoid the motion. Means if we give an object motion, it avoids the motion, and if we try to take the motion from a moving object, it avoids to give the motion. So the our second scenario, where the object is at rest and we are trying to make it in motion and the object is resisting its motion, can also be explained through very simple examples. Let us unpack its mystery also. Let For an example, let's take a example instantly. So uh, for example, let's take the same example that we have taken previously. You have this bike, and you are sitting something like this here. These are your legs, they are pretty much thin, so let's make this somewhat. And you suddenly suddenly started your cycle. It means you suddenly started paddling it at a very high speed. When you will just start the cycle, you will your body will get a backward jerk. This is because you are trying to make your body in motion, and the body itself is trying to resist the motion. Means it is as we have talked earlier, was not trying to get in motion. So and also a pretty good example, if we take fast moving objects, for example a bus. Drivers always try to start the bus at a low speed and then take a high speed, because if they start suddenly at very high speed, the bus will try to remain at rest. And we have seen that people sitting in the bus get a backward jerk. This is because their body, which they are trying to make in motion, is trying to be in rest. So that's Newton's first law. I hope you understood it. Let's meet in the next video.